Hello ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here, and we're back with another Overwatch Theory video, and today's video is probably going to be the most speculative video I've ever made, but I thought it might be a fun theory to discuss. So, in past videos where I've talked about Sombra, we've already seen some of the evidence that has been presented, from the number 23 popping up in the hero shorts and other areas to the comics and Easter eggs related to the character. It's clear that Blizzard is throwing a lot of things out there for players to find. But I got to thinking about it, and a number of things are still left unexplained at this point, so I decided to make this video explaining my thoughts on it and present my own theory of who Sombra is. Obviously, this theory will either be debunked or confirmed by new information that comes out in future, so if you're watching this after Sombra is fully revealed, then don't bother coming in to say so, because, well, it's already been made, and videos don't change like that. Okay, so now with that out of the way, let's talk about what I think is going on. So, in short, Alejandra is Sombra, and Reaper is her father. So, let me explain why I think so. So, the first time we see Alejandra, she's a teenager in Dorado who lives with her mother, and as far as we can tell, her mother is her only parent, and Alejandra herself is an only child. When Soldier 76 saves her from the grenade, he doesn't reveal who he actually is, and gives the reason for saving her as simply, old habits die hard. But there could in fact be more to the statement than initially appears. On one hand, Jack Morrison could simply be stating that his code of honor prevents him from letting an innocent die, which, as an old soldier, probably is the case. But if Alejandra is the daughter of Gabriel Reyes, who later becomes Reaper, then it makes sense he's simply protecting a loved one. To understand this, we need to know the backstory of both characters, and since Reyes and Morrison were noted as being good friends, it's likely they knew each other's families if they had them, when they were working together. Given the timeline, this would have been before Alejandra was born, but after the incident at Overwatch HQ and what happened to Reyes, it's likely that he could no longer face his family, given the sort of monster he felt he'd been turned into. And Jack, being the friend of Reyes, would have taken it upon himself to be the guardian of his friend's family. After all, despite fighting off Los Muertos gang members, Jack still took the time to watch over Alejandra until she made it safely home. And since Jack saved Alejandra, it may have inspired her to fix what was wrong with her city. After all, we saw how she tried to stand up to the gang members who were beating the Omnic in the streets, and she really very clearly did not want to take part. So Soldier 76 may in fact have inspired her to eventually become Sombra, but if this is the case, how does she then end up working with Reaper? Well, my theory regarding this is that she finds out that Gabriel Reyes is her father. And after finding out what happened to him, she simply wants to help him become himself again. The next time we hear of Sombra, after all, she's working with him in Egypt to steal something from a Helix-secured compound. These events take place long after the hero trailer, and it's likely that Alejandra has grown up now. As we've seen with many other characters, each character has their own agenda. Widowmaker, for example, looks for the thrill of a difficult kill. Anna wants to protect those she cares about, and Soldier 76 still wages his war against aggressors and corruption in the world. So it's not impossible that Sombra isn't helping Reaper to carry out revenge, but rather carrying out her own mission alongside him. But of course this is highly speculative, and while I do believe at this point it might be true, there's not a whole lot that could substantiate it, unfortunately. Another thing that's interesting to note as well is the fact that Soldier 76 at the end of the hero trailer does kind of say that he's not a hero anymore. And this could also be a throwback to what happened at Overwatch HQ, that maybe by leaving Gabriel Reyes to die and disappearing for everyone to presume he was dead, it was probably not the best move, and if they were really good friends, he might still be filled with regret over that. It definitely looks like, even in the comics, that 76 and Reaper have a very bad relationship, but Jack Morrison doesn't seem to hold any amount of hatred towards him, and in fact him fighting Reaper was really more of a form of self-defense than anything else. So it really does seem that maybe while Reaper is actually seeking revenge, it seems more like Jack Morrison doesn't harbour those same feelings. And if that's the case, then looking out for Alejandra could also be a form of atonement for what he's done, and could also explain why he doesn't view himself as a hero and is simply seeing himself as either doing his job or as a disgraced person of a formerly prestigious organization. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to substantiate this theory, but I thought it was something fun to put together and kind of discuss, and I figured it's an interesting theory to share anyway, but hopefully we do get some new information soon, and I'm really looking forward to finding out who Sombra really is. But what do you guys think? Is Sombra Alejandra all grown up, or is she an Omnic, or is she someone else entirely? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.